What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for a press conference reaction and a fan show. So if you guys are out there and want to give your views on the game this weekend, we'll be getting fans on after we do the press conference reaction. It's a very short press conference this week as well, because it was embargoed from last night out in Hungary after that brilliant 4-1 win. So let's get straight into it, and then we'll get on to you guys and get your views on the game this weekend. But let's start off with the press conference. It was literally a 6-minute press conference. So
he had a few things to say, Jose, off the back of the game yesterday, and looking forward to the West Ham game. The first question he was asked was, is there any update on Lo Celso being back, and also about Reguilón? He said Lo Celso is not close. He said, I think Reguilón will be back next week after next week against Wolfsberger at the home match. So looking like he's unlikely to play this weekend. But he says, but for Gio, no, still a few weeks away. And of course, we need him because he gives us a lot of qualities and options, and we've missed him for a long time. So that was his update on Reguilón. Also,
it's just so annoying on this whole Lo Celso thing.
Yeah.
I mean, how really long is this guy going to be out for? It's just like injury after injury this season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's been injured since January. I think he must have, because he came on. Oh no, it was literally a few seconds after half time against Leicester. He went off injured,
and he was only on the return from injury then.
And he was holding his hamstring, so maybe he returned too quickly or something. I don't know, but it's not a great situation there. We do need him back as soon as possible. I think he can really provide something extra for us, and he is a very important player for us. And also, looks like Aurier is going to be out until the end of the month.
Bloody hell!
So the next 2 games, maybe that Palace game on the 6th of March, he'll be back, which is also a bit of a blow for us as well.
And Reguilón's not even going to play this game either.
Yeah, and Reguilón's not going to play. So looks like Davis is going to have more game time. I'm guessing
9th game in a row.
Yeah, Doherty or Tanganga on the right back slot as well. We'll have to wait and see. They'll be battling out.
Do you think Doherty did enough to get the nod on the weekend? It's going to be a much different game, though. He's not going to have all the license just to be up on the right wing all the time.
The thing is, in a weird way, because with Davis being on the left-hand side, I would rather Doherty on the right. To balance it out, rather than if we're Tanganga, I feel like it's way too defensive. At least with Doherty, there's the ability to at least get forward a bit.
Yeah, but you know, in these games against better opposition, when he gets up, he can't get back down in time.
Yeah, I know. It's difficult. It's a balancing act, and it'll be interesting to see how he does it. I reckon he does go with Doherty actually, but we'll see. Although Tanganga did have a good game against City, so it'll be harsh to drop him. The next question, he was asked about the 3-3 draw against West Ham in the first game and how that's affected the season and how Spurs have changed since then. He said, the first game against West Ham is a little bit a reflection of our season and the reflection of some of our problems. If we win that game, you would all say that we played amazing, which we did in the first half. Lots of quality, lots of dominance. We played really well, but we didn't win, and it's a reflection of many of our matches. We played well, we should win, but the final result is not a victory, and the perception is, which becomes reality, is that we didn't win. The result isn't good, and so people can say we didn't play well. I think the team did play really well, but we made mistakes, and because of that, because we didn't win. And because of that, we didn't win. But my first match when I arrived, it was a match that was not very different. We started very well. We dominated for about 75 minutes. We were 3-0 up, and then we conceded 2 late goals, and we finished the game looking in trouble. This team many times plays well, but doesn't get the results. For different reasons, we don't get the results, which is frustrating. So that's what he had to say about the West Ham game and how it's a reflection of the season overall, which I think there's a lot of truth to that. I think a lot of games this season, which I've said, we have played well. We've created a lot of chances. We've made very few mistakes or haven't conceded a lot of chances, but we've missed a lot. But we miss the chances that we create, and we make one mistake, and all of a sudden we don't get the result. And I feel for him on that level. But there's also been a lot of games like Chelsea and Brighton where we have been absolutely really poor. But I think I agree with Jose. I think Spurs in general should probably have a lot more points than they're on.
Yeah, The thing is, though, like there's been games as well where we haven't played well and got the points. Where you look at the West Brom game earlier in the season when we won 1-0. I know we probably ended up deserved to win, but we're not playing well in these games. So I think that it's been a mixed bag this season. It hasn't been all that we've played well and not got results.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't play. I feel like you can't play well every game in that sense. I feel like in a sense where we were actually playing well but not getting the results a lot earlier in the season, and teams go through good periods and bad periods, don't they? And I feel like we didn't get the most out of our good period that we could have, basically.
100%.
Which is ultimately what was very frustrating. You need when you're it's like when you're on top of a game, right? People say you have to score when you're on top. That's kind of like our season in a way. We didn't score when we were on top, and then all of a sudden when we're not on top, which you can't be on top for a whole season. And then all of a sudden the problems started coming, and because we didn't score when we're on top of that, it's magnified the problems that we have now, where we're not playing well and we'll not getting the results, and it's compounded by the fact when we were playing well, we also didn't get the results.
After that West Ham game, obviously when we drew 3-3, it was quite evident that Jose kind of put the shackles on the team. We went much more defensive after that.
Yeah.
Do you think that was knee-jerk from Jose, or do you think it was much needed? Do you think that if we kept on playing in that way, we could have seen better results?
Yeah, I think it was a bit knee-jerk, to be honest. I said it at the time. I remember saying at the time when we were playing against Burnley, Brighton and West Brom, where we didn't play particularly well, but we weren't conceding chances and we ended up winning by the odd goal in each of those games. I remember saying that, yeah, I'm happy we're getting results, and yeah, I'm happy we have sharpened up defensively, but I'm not happy at all by how we are playing on the ball and how many chances we're creating and how much domination we are having in terms of in attacking sense, and that was frustrating me. And it was hard to complain at the time because we were getting the results, but it did end up. I think it did end up coming back to bite us in that run that we've had since the Palace game, because a lot of those games we didn't create enough chances to win. And despite the fact, like against Palace and against Fulham and those kind of games, we probably should have won those games with the chances we created. But also, there was a few games where we really didn't look good going forward, and that ended up costing us a lot. And I think right now we're in a period where we're going back a bit to a more chance creation version of the team, which is good. But again, there's a lot of sloppy mistakes happening at the back, isn't there?
Yeah.
So it was always a give and take with the team. When you give something to one side, you lose something from another, and it's all about finding that balance. And we've struggled to find that balance. I find at times this season, but I still think we're in search of that. And I do see things improving.
I think the last couple of games have given me a bit of hope going into this season. Obviously, we've played like majority of the hard games now, so I do kind of back us to go on a run now. I really do. But look, let's carry on with this press conference. What else has been said?
And it's important. I think it's important to go on a run now. He was then asked what he believes Spurs can achieve in the Premier League this season, and where they're aiming for in the league. And he said, in the same way,
they'll end up where they deserve.
Yeah, he just said in the same way, when you lose 3 matches, you're in a bad position. When you win 3 matches, you're in a good position. So like last season, let's go until the end of the season, and what the table gives us in the end always gives you what you deserve. It's very premature to think about the table. People still have matches in hand. In our case, we already played 2 matches against Liverpool, Chelsea and City, where other teams haven't even played one second game against one of the top teams. We have 1 match in hand. I already know that because Southampton has to play a semi-final, the semi-finals of the FA Cup in the same week as we play them. So we're not going to play that match. I'm guessing he's assuming Southampton are going to get to the semis. When are we going to play against Aston Villa? I don't know. Maybe one day before the Carabao Cup final. Who knows? It's very complicated. So we have to fight until the end, until the last match, and see what happens. Anything can happen. We can get top 4. We can get top 6. We can be outside the top 6. We have to make sure the best possible outcome. We fight for the best possible outcome, basically. That's what he's saying about
and it's completely right, to be honest, completely right. So
the schedule is crazy.
It is crazy, but it's crazy for everyone. I know it's more crazy for teams in Europe, but at the end of the day, it's crazy for everyone.
Yeah, and it's a mad packing everything into this schedule right now, and that's what he's probably frustrated about, Jose. And I can understand that. And it's difficult to, if we do have. I really hope we don't get screwed over in terms of a cup game just before the cup final, which would really be a blow. I feel because I feel like every game right now is important for top four. So if we're in a top four race just before the final, like it'll be annoying if we're choosing between one of them, because obviously we have to choose the final, but I wouldn't want to be knocked out of the top four race at that time. Especially if we're playing against a team like Villa, who are a very good side.
But look, we've seen it before where, you know, you have a short space amount of time and everyone's like, oh, how are you going to survive in this run? 3 massive games in the space of a week. You know, you run on adrenaline in those moments, and more times than not, we actually pull through in those moments.
If you're in good form, it's fine. But when you're not in good form, then that's when the problems start.
You know, I remember, you know, think to back when we played Fulham. Everyone's like, oh, Fulham have got no chance. They haven't played in this long and they've suffering from COVID and they're just about to survive. Well, not surviving, but they're just about to recover from COVID. They got no chance in this game. Scotty Parker was going mad. And then what did happen? They pulled out a result. You know what I mean? It's not all, doesn't all work out like that, the way you're saying.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well,
it's not always as hard as everyone says, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think it can make a difference, and I think these things can make a difference as well. And I think it can go both ways. It can make a difference, and also you can run on adrenaline. I think it all depends on the momentum and the confidence of the team. I think if you're on the back of 3 wins or something, then yeah, it's easy not to let tiredness affect you. But when you're not playing in such good form,
yeah, but also if it's a cup final, like surely you're going to be up for that.
Yeah.
No matter how tired you are.
Then we would have to rest players. I think we'd have to rest players on that Premier League game.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it depends who it's against at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then there was one more question. He was asked about his record in London derbies and why it's so strong. He's won 40 of his 66 London derbies. And he was asked what is his secret. And he said, special teams win lots of matches. We coaches are only as good as the players make us. We depend a lot on the players, especially coaches with experience and long histories who went through every possible experience. We get to a stage in our career where we feel much more stable and humble, and we realize with all our experiences, we have that ones who are really responsible for our career are the ones who play for us. So hopefully at the weekend, the guys can put in a performance and make me look good, because they're the ones that make us look good.
Yeah. I mean, it is the players that make him look good at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
and when you look at the performances last night, you've got players like Dele Alli, Gareth Bale, who put in good performances, you know, for one of the first times this season. So if players like that can really make a difference for us from now on until the end of the season, and that's how much of a plus can that be? Yeah,
I really hope they can step up for us. And there were glimmers of it, obviously, in the last game. But obviously we haven't yet to see it yet in proper Premier League game. Is Dele's last start in a Premier League game in the first day of the season?
I think so, yeah.
So I think whenever he's had opportunities in the Premier League, hasn't taken it. Same with Bale. But hopefully this is the start of something. And he was saying, Mourinho, how he wanted the Europa League to start again before, because it gives time to the fringe players and to get minutes on the pitch and stuff. So maybe it's a good thing this competition's come back for us, and it's come back at a good time. And if it can spur us on into a run in the Premier League, and all for it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is the press conference reaction. Now, I want to hear from you guys out there. I want to hear your pre-match thoughts for the West Ham game. So, Gold members, your link is in your community section. Once we're done with the Gold members, we will be putting the link in the chat for you guys to join. So looking forward to hearing your opinion. So if you want to, guys, join now, click the link. I'll put it in the community. I'll put it in the chat here for any of you guys to join as well.
Yeah, just put it for everyone, I think. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of lineup we do play against West Ham. And what players he ties to bring
exactly. Check out our predicted lineup out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you thinking Bale's going to start?
I think based on what he's saying, I think he might well start. And I think based on his performance as well, he looks like he's ready to start making a difference. And West Ham, I think this is a perfect game. If we can get a positive result and some good performances in this game, especially putting to bed some of the demons that are from earlier in the season, then it's the perfect opportunity for me to start him. And I know West Ham are in good form. They're a very good counter-attacking side, and Jarrod Bowen on the breakaway, and Antonio's big, strong lad. But I really believe if we can play to our full potential, we should have enough quality to overcome them.
All right. Well, we've got a caller on the line.
Do we?
We have got Rovshan. Let's get him in. How you doing, Rovshan?
Thanks, fine. And you? How are you doing?
Yes, very good, thanks. Looking forward to the game on the weekend. What are your thoughts coming into this?
Actually, I'm feeling bad for Reguilon and Lo Celso. I really can't I just don't know where is Lo Celso. He's not in our squad for just more than a month, I think. I think he has died with Maradona. And about Reguilon, it's a bit bad because Ben Davies has to play again. But I'm looking forward to that game also because I really want to get a win with a big difference. That's my opinions about the game.
Actually, do you feel Gareth Bale's going to start on the weekend?
I hope so because I really saw his performance yesterday, and I was really hopeful about him, and I really want him to stay and start the next game immediately. I want to see him scoring, assisting in the Premier League. That really can make me happy.
Do you think if West Ham win this game, is Tottenham in top 4? Is that done? Are we finished?
Really in a high risk. Really, now it is too hard for us to get in that top 4, and if we lose at West Ham, and they are also candidates for top 4, and if we lose to them, I really can't imagine, because as you know, we won last night, but our position was a bit weak team, but it was good for our confidence, and really I'm looking forward to get a win over West Ham. It doesn't matter actually the score, I just want that 3 points.
Yeah, no, 100%. And what score prediction are you going for this weekend?
I'm going for 2-1 for Spurs.
Same as Sim.
I didn't know.
But look, you're going 2-1 Spurs. Who's going to get the goals for us?
I'm going for Harry Kane and Son Heung-min, as always.
Heung-min and Harry Kane. Are they both going to assist each other as well?
Hope so. Let's see.
All right, Rovshan, absolutely brilliant having you on. Where are you calling from?
From Azerbaijan. I really want
from Azerbaijan. Wow.
From Azerbaijan.
Thank you, and hello to Azerbaijan as well.
Thank you too.
You had is it right? Azerbaijan was the Europa League final last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, Baku was home for Europa League, and Tottenham played against Azerbaijani team back in 2015 against Karabakh. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yes,
Karabakh, of course.
Did you manage to get to the game?
That time I wasn't a Tottenham fan. I really was not watching football that time.
I see. Okay. Well, look, thank you very much for joining, and hopefully we'll get to speak to you soon.
Cheers, Rovshan.
It was a privilege to talk with you, and hope to see you again. And see you. Bye. Come on, you Spurs.
Nice one. Come on, you Spurs.
All right. We've got Premier Hotspur TV on. Let's get
Simon. Is it Simon? Yeah.
It's Simon. Yes, Simon. How's it going, mate?
How's it going, guys? How's it going? You're okay, guys?
Yeah, all good. Long time no see. Where you been?
I've been plugging stuff on my own channel, guys. So I've been quite busy doing that one, guys. So I can hop on when I can and all that. Yeah, it's going all right, slowly but surely, Ben. But it's getting there.
Well, if any of you guys are watching, go and subscribe to Premier Hotspur TV as well. So obviously Simon, big friend of the channel, so go and subscribe to him. But Simon, how you feeling coming into the game this weekend?
Cool. After the last couple of weeks, guys, it's not looking good going into this game, guys. But we've got to feel confident, guys, isn't it? We've got to pick up. We've got to pick up another wins somewhere, and we've got to go on a run now. We literally got to pick up this, and we win this, guys. And we've got Burnley and Palace at home. I ain't saying they're easy games. There's no easy games, but we beat West Ham. We can win against Burnley and Palace. We're back up there in the top 4 again, and so. Me personally, it's a must win Sunday. Absolute must win.
Do you think Do you think if we win on Sunday, it puts to bed some of the demons that that were caused by the game earlier in the season, winning 3-0 and then conceding 3 goals in the last 8 minutes? Obviously, it changed a lot of the style of play. I feel like more recently we have been going more offensive. Since the West Brom game, we put Ndombele a bit deeper, and we've tried to be more on the front foot for the last few games. And so, do you feel like going into this game, we can exercise some of those demons that cause us to be a lot more pragmatic?
Yeah, absolutely, Sim. I think that last game, mate, it was horrendous, isn't it? Absolutely horrendous. Conceding 3 goals in the last 10 minutes was absolutely horrendous, and we got to put that right. We absolutely got to put that right on Sunday. And from the word go, I keep saying this, guys. Every game we go into, from the word go, we've got to hit West Ham. Absolutely hit West Ham from the start. And I do believe if I think he will go full shape if everyone's fit, we'll go. Hopefully, Son, Tongi, and Kane literally on form, get that West Ham defence from the word go. And I really think we can make up for that terrible result back at White Lane in the season, guys.
Do you take into account any of the performances last night when you're talking about coming into this game, or can you not read too much into that kind of level of opposition?
Yeah, as I said, we were speaking about this. On the channel last night about this, and we knew the team we were playing. They're like 6th in their league, and it wasn't a great team to play against. But you only could beat what's in front of you. And I think there was a couple of good performances last night. I think we're seeing a tiny bit of improvement now for Gareth Bale. His goal last night was a goal that I went back when he scored a similar goal for Real Madrid. Exactly the same in a similar position. And these are the sort of things that I've been saying to some of these fans. Let's be patient with Bale, because if Josie can find a role for Bale without saying to him, you got to track back, just concentrate in getting in front of that goal. Because you guys, in front of that goal, he is the man. He's deadly. Absolutely. So if Josie can find a role without saying, do you know what? You don't have to track back. We've got men who's going to do that for you. You just concentrate on getting goals and winning games for us. And I think Bowie can be a big game player for us for the rest of the season. And I think Dele Alli last night, guys, the last couple of games, he doesn't want it. He didn't look interesting game. But last night I saw he had a will last night. He was bursting the gut, trying to get to balls.
Worked very hard, didn't he, Simon?
What's that, Ben?
I said he worked very hard last night, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, mate. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I did see a difference in Dele, and this is what we've got to try and get Dele in the right frame of mind as well, because he could be another important player for the rest of the season, guys. He's another big game player, and if we can get his mind right for the rest of the season, listen, put your differences aside with Jose or whoever you got it with, put that shirt on, go and play for this team for the rest of the season. And even if you want that move in the summer, we'll get to that at the end of the season. Let's go finish the season strong for Spurs. If we can get the right Dele Alli, he could be another important player. And I think them two last night, they impressed me last night.
What score prediction are you going for this weekend?
It's going to be a tough one, guys. West Ham on some form.
It's time to burst some bubbles.
It's time to burst some bubbles, guys. And the last time Josie's first game in charge, exactly what we did from the word go, we went at them and we got 2 early goals. Okay, we won it 3-2. It was a bit cagey in the last couple of minutes against West Ham at their ground. But I think if we can start exactly the same, I think we'll win it. 2-1.
2-1. Wow, everyone's going 2-1. I'm the only one going 2-0. But if I'm right in saying we've won our last 4 visits to the Olympic Stadium, is that right?
Yeah, I think since we
our last 4 times at West Ham away.
Yeah, we really have got some good form there at the London Stadium. It's at home with West Ham. But as I said, guys, if we can take that game, Josie's first game, into Sunday, I think we'll be all right. I think West Ham will get a goal though, because West Ham are good going forward, guys. They're a much improved team under David Moyes, and we've got to be wary of some of them players. Because Jesse Lingard, guys, that could be a good loan move for him, and
he's doing well.
Someone like that, and Souček as well. We've got to watch him on set pieces. So these West Ham won't be easy, but if we can get at them from the word go, we'll win this, guys. Absolutely.
Do you think if we win this game this weekend, it can really kickstart our season then?
Yeah, of course it can, Ben. Of course it can. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now, where people's like being people are going, oh, Josie out and things out. It's not. Let's stay with it. Let's stay with it because it's not all doom and gloom. As I said, we've got a game in hand. If we win that game in hand, win these next three. And as I said, we're back in the top four. We're in a final of the Carabao Cup, and that can beat anyone's on the day. We're in the Europa League still, and seriously, and I think we still have a great season. We've got to be confident, guys.
All right, Simon. I hope you're right, and hopefully we'll get to hear from you after the game as well on Sunday. So great to have a chat with you, and everyone go and subscribe to Premier Hotspur TV as well. Thanks for coming on, mate.
One, Simon.
Guys, thank you very much for having me on, guys. Thank you very much, and guys, you're doing a fantastic job. Fantastic job, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. David Moyes has been speaking before the game, and he was asked about Antonio's fitness.
Oh, yeah.
He said he's got a good chance. He's had a few days training. We're always being careful and trying to get it right. He had a couple days training, but not with the group, just individually. So I guess we'll have to see if he's in the lineup. Obviously, I think it benefits us if he isn't available.
God, he always scores against us.
Yeah, he's just the kind of striker we would struggle against. Big, strong pace, good in the air as well. So obviously hoping that he's not available. But sounds like he's got a good chance of being fit. So that's bad news on that front.
All right. Well, let's go over to our next guest. It's 6 Yard Box. Oh, there it. Oh, who added that? Hello. How's it going, mate? How's it going, mate?
Hello, boys. Hello. How are you?
Yeah,
right,
good.
mate?
Thanks. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm good. It's Friday, so
it's Friday, exactly. There's a reason to be cheerful. Tottenham 4-1 last night with some good performances in there as well from the likes of Dele Alli and Gareth Bale. But how are you feeling coming into the game this weekend?
I'm feeling confident because of our record there. We always play well against West Ham. Yeah, the only thing is just this defense, man. They make mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, and we can't. Even yesterday as well, the game was just was easy. We were playing well. Everybody played well, but with that defense, man, you can't really don't put your mortgage on it. I'm just gonna say that now, because I tell you, they will concede a goal. I tell you, man, because there's just something not right. There's something not right, man, and that reflects on the rest of the team as well, especially the midfield as well. Because if your defense is making mistakes, and these are like, my 10-year-old, if he makes that mistake, he's getting the boss home. Because it's like, come on, man. These are Premier League players, man. I can understand the players that are not playing regularly because it's very difficult coming off the bench and playing games, especially in the Premier League. It's difficult for that. I understand that. But when you get Dyer making mistakes and, it's like they just keep passing it. It's like they do a lottery during the week. Who's going to make the mistake this weekend or something? It's just that's the main thing, and that's the only problem because we normally good at when we play West Ham. They will play open. They're not going to sit back because they are confident and everything. They're going to try and attack us, and they don't have a target man as well, and that's the problem because they have those three players behind. If Antonio is playing, they're just going to swap places, And it's going to be difficult, but we make mistakes. That's the only problem. If we didn't make mistake, I would be so confident. But that's the only thing, man. It's just those mistakes. If we can get rid of those mistakes, then I think we should be fine.
If we do lose this game, we are 9 points behind West Ham. If we do lose, do you think that rules us out of the top 4 race if we do lose this game?
Oh, God. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, man. Because for me, we have to get something, at least a draw, because there's still loads of games to play. I know 9 points is some teams are going to go through bad patches, especially the teams above us, because they're still going to lose games. I don't care what anybody says. Chelsea, they're flying after a couple of games, but they're going to lose games. They're going to drop. West Ham are going to drop points as well. But we have to go on a run. We have to go on a mini run. Maybe 6 games, 7 games or something. We just have to. But the problem is that defense, man. God, nah, that's the only problem I have. That's the only thing that keeps nagging me, man. Because going forward, man, we're deadly. We'll score against any team, but just defensively. So we can't afford to lose, though. We can't afford to lose. We can't afford.
Who would you start in the defense tomorrow on Sunday?
God, yeah, play God then.
We might have a chance then if we do that.
Because at the end of the day, man, I don't know. I think you have to go with the 2 that you trust, which are Toby and Dyer. Because I think they're the more they play regularly. But for me, man, Sanchez. Oh Lord, Sanchez, man. I don't know, man. You can't say they are even bad players, because you can't say that about these people. But I just don't know why they make so many mistakes. And somebody was saying the other day, it's because of the way Mourinho plays. That's why they are making mistakes. But they made the same mistake against Everton. We were playing like Barcelona, attacking everybody. It was so open. I was watching that game and I was saying to myself, we'll be very lucky to win this game. Because I just had that feeling, that defense, they're just so open and they will make mistakes. Man. So, man, I don't know. I think I'll play those 2. We're missing Regulon, that's for sure, man. Yeah. That boy is just, if I had a sister and she's not married, he can marry my sister. Trust me. That boy is just incredible, man. He makes a big difference to that team, and we need to get him fit and get him playing. That's just it, to be honest, man. I think we just go with what we have, the 2 that we have in defense, and just play those 2. That's what I think, anyway. So,
what's your score prediction then?
West Ham, maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking 2-1
to Spurs or West Ham.
Of course, to us, man.
Everyone has said 2-1 so far.
Yeah, everyone is saying 2-1, but I just got the feeling if that defense could just hold on, I think we've got the players up front to score more than them. So, and Harry Kane always, Son scores as well. Harry Kane always. I think Dele should play as well. I think Dele needs a shock. Just put him in that big game and let him. He's had enough chances though. People keep saying, he's had enough chances in the Premier League, and he's not really turned up yet. So he has to go into one of these big games, and he's a big game player. Used to be anyway. So I just want him to do so well. I want him to really do well. I don't want him to just leave Tottenham like that, just like everybody just forgets about him and sell him. I want him to get his form back and get back to Bill. For me, Bill needs another season with us. Because for me, everything is still there. He just needs more games. And Premier League is not a place where you come and play and then you be sitting on the bench at Real Madrid. Premier League is somewhere. The league is really tough. So I think he needs maybe another season, but I'm not sure if he's going to get that at Tottenham.
All right, 6-yard box. Thank you so much for coming on. I think am I right in saying it's the first time calling into the channel?
No, this is my second time.
Second time.
I came back. I called when we played. I think it was Everton or Newcastle. I can't remember a couple of.
Right at the beginning of the season.
Right at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on again, and hopefully we'll get to speak to you again soon.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. Can I plug my channel as well?
Of course you can.
Please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, it's a new channel. I've only got 8 subscribers. So if you make it 10, I'll be really happy. I'll send you a bottle of brandy. Thank you very much.
All right, get 6-yard box to 10 subscribers. Go and join them. Thank you for coming on.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Spurs. Let's do it this weekend.
Yes.
Speak to you in a bit.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
A lot of Shabbat Shaloms in the chat.
A lot of Shabbat Shaloms, and our next guest is definitely in for a Shabbat Shalom.
That's definitely true.
Let's get Brian on. Yes, Brian, Shabbat Shalom to you. How you doing?
Shalom, boys. How are we?
Yes, we're very good, especially after that 4-1 win last night. How are you?
I'm fantastic, but I actually didn't get to see it because I was asleep. I finished work at 4 a.m. my time, so I didn't get to see it. So I think if I fall asleep, we win. So maybe that's the new way forward.
Well, where are you going to be 12 o'clock our time on Sunday?
I don't know. I might try and stay up all night so I fall asleep. I hope to be awake for this game. This game is massive. Absolutely.
Take one for the team, Brian, man. Take one for the team.
I would do. If it guarantees a win, I'd always take one for the team, boys.
But yeah, look, it's a massive, as you say, it's a really massive game. 6 points off West Ham currently in the race for top 4 with a game in hand. First of all, if we do get the win, does that reinvigorate our season? And on the flip side, if we lose, do you think that knocks us out of the top 4 race?
So if we win, and let's hope we do win, I think we're going to scrape a win. I think we're going to get the exact same result as we did in Jose's first game. I think it's going to be 3-2. If we win it, we are back in it, but the only way it's going to be a big push. But the only way I look at it is we played City twice, we played Chelsea twice, we've played Liverpool twice. So the big ones are done. So we do have a favourable run in at the end. If we lose, I don't even want to think about it. If we lose, I think we should just go for the Europa League. End of.
Yeah, really. So you think this could be a season-defining game? This one,
100%, 100%. It's that big. Forget when you add the rivalry to it as well with this game, it puts even more on it. But this game is a lot more than rivalry. This is, like you said, Simeon, a season-defining moment.
Yeah, and I know especially as well. So you'd say it was good that Mourinho did rest key players against Wolfsburger on Thursday in anticipation for this one.
100%. I think I said it on your show last time I was on. I definitely said it on Tottenham away. Was that Højbjerg needed a rest? That guy needs time to just relax and rest, and he got that time. He didn't get the full game up from what I hear. He came on at half time or something.
No, he came on last 10 minutes, Højbjerg.
Oh, yeah. Okay, even better. See, falling asleep works. He's listening to me. So yeah, but also I think it was brilliant. I said as well, I think definitely on your show that after the Everton game that he should just play Bale, just play Ali, just play the forward people and let them play. And it seems to have listened again, and it worked.
Have you seen that Bale goal back from last night?
I have.
How many times have you watched it?
I think I'd be lying if I'd say 7 or less. I think it's a lot more. But again, like we've said before, he's gone and proved himself in one game. Let's not drop him for the next game. Let's give him some bloody minutes.
Yeah.
What harm can it do? Right now, if we get a fit Bale and a fit Dele Alli for the second half of the season, then when you say his top 4 available, it becomes highly, highly more likely with those two.
Yeah. Who would you play in the back line? Because we know Aurier, he's out till for the end of the month. We've got Reguilon, who's unavailable. Davis has played the last 8 games consecutively, 90 minutes. So he's probably on his last legs, waiting for Reguilon to come back. Tanganga had a good performance against Man City at right back. Doherty, though, is in Europa League Team of the Week after his performance against Wolfsburger. And obviously the back too, like the centre-backs have been every kind of combination of you making mistakes. So who do you go with on Sunday?
So I've said for a long time that I think Tanganga needs to be in the team. No matter where you play him in defence, he needs to start because he really is a player. Doherty, I've been I've been one of the fans that know he hasn't done well, but believe there's a player there. And to see that he actually had a good game or hear that he had a good game yesterday is a start. So I will continue him at right back. I really, really want to see Tanganga and Rodon in the centre. Do you
think there's enough experience there? Is there enough experience there?
I don't think there is, Simeon. But the thing is, if you look at it, when we chucked Tanganga in against Liverpool,
yeah,
he had a blinder. There's no experience there. When he started, we can go back. If you look at Tottenham defenders, even Ledley King, he made his debut a long time ago against Liverpool, and he had a blinder. There's so much. I
think Michael Dawson as well made a debut against Liverpool.
Yeah. There's so many people that have come in as youngsters. They have no fear. They're eager and just want to defend. So I really want to see that partnership. But then it's like, who do you play at left back? Because David does need a break. That's
he does, but he will get that break once Reguilon is back, and once Reguilon is back, and he is about to come back. Reguilon looks like next week, so I'm thinking Mourinho probably will try and push him for one last game. I can't see any other way,
unless we play Tanganga left back.
I don't think he will. I think he will go left back with Davis again.
So I know 3 of the 4. Let's put it that way. I want Tanganga, Rodon, and Doherty. And let's see what he does with the other. But I believe Tanganga has to start as many games as he can now because he's just a star.
Interesting.
And before we let you go, Brian, what's your score prediction?
I'm either going. So I'm going to call either 3-2 Or like the great game with the Canadian Paul Stalteri scored the last-minute winner.
4-3, yeah.
4-3.
We were there. We were both there that game.
We were there that day. And I tell you what, Brian, I don't know if you remember, but it was Purim that day. It was Purim the day we beat West Ham. Oh, is it? It was Purim the day we beat West Ham 4-3. And me and Simeon went to that game in multicolored hair, blue and white, walking around Upton Park in blue and white hair after we've beaten them 4-3. It's not the smartest move, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, the day after that, I flew back to Israel to live for a bit. And then we had a Europa League game and I sat and drank all night with Ronnie Rosenthal.
Oh, wow. That's a classic story.
Mate, he's a superstar. He is a superstar. But guys, I'm going to reach out to you both about Tottenham away very shortly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate.
All right, guys, listen, have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you. If I'm awake, I'll speak to you after the West Ham game.
All right, well, hopefully you're asleep because we know the omens are good. Thanks a lot, Brian.
Guys, have a great weekend.
And to you, mate.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, bye.
Nice one, Brian.
I just want to send a message out there to Lewis
and Reese.
Well, Lewis is gone now, but just to Reese, because and Subhan, whoever's camera's off, that if your camera is off, we won't be able to get you on. So if you turn your camera on, we'll be able to get you on. There you go. Thank you a lot, Reese, for turning on your camera. But let's go. Oh, were you about to say something?
No.
All right, let's go to the next guest, Bobby Singh. 1 second, Bobby. Let's just get you on. Yes, Bobby.
Hey,
how's it going, mate?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Right. Thanks for coming on. Big game this weekend.
Sorry, mate. Hold on. Let me just turn this down.
It's all right.
Got a bit of a. Hold on. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, all good, mate.
All right. Sorry about that. First time caller. Big fan. I've never called in, so
yeah, we've seen
you a lot on the comments.
We've seen you a lot on the comments and on social media.
Know,
so don't you worry about that. And I think you've sent in a couple of unpopular opinions before as well, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I know Roden. You gave me a bit of stick about that one, but I'm standing by it. I'm standing by it. Big game this weekend, guys.
Yeah, massive. Big weekend. I mean, how big is it for you? And is it a make or break game in our season?
Yeah, easily biggest game of the season. I'd say it's the biggest game of the season so far, purely because of where we are, how we're playing, especially in the league. You know, last few results have got a bit better. The performances have got a bit better as well. I just want to talk about Bale, really.
All right.
I think we're all mad. We're all mad Spurs fans are clutching onto the straw. They really want Gareth to do well. You know, you're talking to a guy who had Bale shirt 2 years in a row, and when he went to Madrid, I bought a Bale shirt as well. So I'm one of the most ardent fans. But I just see another Wickham coming our way. You know, we had a good performance against Wickham, and it was the best thing since sliced bread, and we got our Bale back. Let's be honest, he played well against a poor man's Leeds United, didn't he? He did well. Don't get me wrong, but if I had the choice between him and Lucas at the moment, Lucas hands down. He's been brilliant, like, you know, since the Everton game, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think Lucas has been brilliant, but I don't think that you can disregard Bale's performance last night too fast, because I actually thought it was actually a much better performance than the one he gave against Wickham, and that goal was kind of like the Gareth Bale of old. So I mean, it gets me very excited, but I can see where you're coming from. That he needs to do it in the Premier League before we can get properly excited. That's for sure.
But would you personally put Bale ahead of Lucas tomorrow if it came down to it? I suppose I'll listen to you guys. I know what your answer is going to be. You're going to say yes, are you?
If you put it down to me, if I was the manager, the team I would play on Sunday, I mean the attacking lineup I'd play on Sunday is obviously Harry Kane up top, Sonny on the left. I'd actually stick Gareth Bale on the right and then play one of either Lucas or Lamella in the centre. That's what I would do.
Yeah, definite.
Yeah, that's why I agree with that. But in terms of this one, how important is it? It's obviously a massive game for West Ham. Like you know, it's we're their biggest rivals. It's their cup final. They got one over us on us.
If the game had nothing riding on it, it'd still be their cup final.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
But,
of course, yeah.
I mean, how important is it we get back one over on them after what they did to us back in October, getting those 3 goals in the last minute? If they get another one, if they win this one, they're going to have bragging rights for a while, won't they?
Yeah. I think regardless, no matter who we're playing, to us, West Ham are just another side we need to play. Obviously, like say a cup final, but with the games coming up as well, Burnley. I know we've got the Scum coming up as well, but
yeah,
we have got some favourable fixtures coming up. For us, I think 3 points is a must, regardless who it is. I know it's West Ham; it just adds to the motivation.
They would love nothing more, wouldn't they? They would love nothing more than knocking us out the top four race.
Yeah, I think even if they were 16th, 17th, it'd still be just a bigger game because it was Tottenham. It's more for them than us. But I've got fully confident, regardless. Everything what I've said about Gareth Bale, I think even if we did play him or we didn't play him, I think we'll win tomorrow. Like I say, attacking wise, we're looking so much better. Even I know the Everton game, I don't want to talk about it, but we look as a unit going up front, going forward with Lamela and Lucas, especially last few games. I think we've got that, and defensively they've looked okay, but they do give you the odd chance. West Ham do, and obviously Dyer and whoever it is that plays tomorrow in the middle. I'm a bit like Brian. I'd actually put Roden. I know what I've said about Roden, but if we want to get experience, we need to put Roden and Tanganga in the centre defence as soon as we can, just to build up that experience. But I think tomorrow's game might be a bit too soon.
Let me ask you this, because a lot of Spurs fans are actually, everyone that's called in has predicted us to win. Everyone seems a bit confident for this game. I want to know, where has this confidence come from? Because obviously 3 wins in our last 12 games. Those 3 wins have all come against kind of poor opposition. Let's put it that way. Sheffield United. Who else have the wins?
Leeds and West Brom.
Leeds and West Brom. So, we're coming into a bang informed West Ham side, probably the most informed West Ham side that we've ever played against in the Premier League era. I'm not even joking. When have we last played against the West Ham side that we've been below against? Never mind in a top 4 battle with. Where's this confidence coming from?
I think we all can see the shackles have come off, haven't they? Just slightly. The shackles have come off, and we'll look a bit more positive going forward. Last night was a prime example, regardless of the opposition. But obviously against Everton, we looked a bit. We just seem like we're going. And let's be honest, when it comes down to it, Mourinho has had that slight mentality effect, and when it comes down to it, have I got confidence they can push us through on an important game? Hence the reason why I think we'll win the cup final as well, regardless. Has he got that final thing inside him to push the guys for a must-win result? I think he has, and he's not dissing. He's not dissing anyone as well. He's not dissing any of the players anymore. He's not throwing them under the bus. That's another thing that's happened since the Everton game as well. He seems a bit more. He's coming across as a bit more trusting. And I think that's just infectionate. I think it's, the players I think a few players who might have second guessed his opinions have probably come the other way and thought, right, this guy's showing a bit of trust in us now. Let's go and show him. And I think they've done that. And I think Bale, to an extent, was a prime example yesterday.
All right, Bobby. Before we let you go, just give me your score prediction.
3-1, mate.
3-1.
3-1. Kane, 3-1. I know everyone's gone 2-1. I just want to be different. 3-1. Kane with 2. And if he comes on or he starts, I think Bell will get another goal as well. He likes the odd screamer against Tottenham, doesn't against West Ham, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He does most definitely. So we don't have Carroll to provide that amazing assist this year. So anyway, have to wait for it.
Oh right, no, it's all right.
Thanks for coming on,
show,
Bobby.
guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.
All right, we've got some super chats here. First of all, Awesome Or says, play Bale in the centre because his running is slow. I mean, I've said that all season that I'd rather want to see Bale in a more central position, but he doesn't seem to be wanting to play
Jose
there.
says he doesn't want to play him there,
so it doesn't look like we're going to get it.
Well, Jose said Bale doesn't want to play there.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. So maybe, I don't know. I think that's something they should reconsider, but apparently that's not something that you want to do. And I don't know, if they could put Lamela next to him, maybe Lamela can do his running for him, and that could be something.
Could be.
And then we've got Tin Man 007 said, we need to play how they play against us and treat West Ham game like our cup final. However, I just can't trust this defense at all. I wouldn't do that. I think we need to be on the front foot a bit more. I think we need to trust our players and our ability to overcome a team like West Ham, and we have to have confidence in ourselves.
I think either way you play, if you play counter-attacking football or go at West Ham, I think that if we show the right mentality in the game, I think we win it.
Yeah, and I think there is obviously going to be a massive game for them. But we got to be confident in our quality. We really have to. We got to be confident in what we want to achieve this season, and we have to believe we're better than West Ham. We have to believe it.
All right, let's get Subhan on. Let's get Subhan. Hello, mate. How you doing? Lying down on the floor?
No, I'm on bed.
On your bed. Okay. How you doing?
Great.
What are you thinking about the game this weekend?
I think that we're definitely going to have Bale on for at least a little bit. And then Kane's definitely on for the first half.
And do you think we're going to win? Are you confident of a win?
Yeah.
What do you think the score's going to be?
Maybe 3.
Oh, is he gone?
3-2?
I think 3-2 he's going to say.
Oh, I think he's frozen there, so we'll have to
try and get back on. Sorry about that.
Subhan. Free Delhi, if you're around, then show yourself in the camera because
I don't know.
Yeah, but either way, we're going to have to end off with Jack. Jack. Jack, how you doing, mate?
Good morning, guys, or good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon from us, but I'm sure it's good morning from you.
Yeah.
But how you doing? How are you feeling coming into this game this weekend?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I think that was a good question that you posed earlier, Ben, and that maybe this confidence, I'm not sure where it's coming from, but we often do kind of ride the train and stay positive, I feel like, in this chat and in this community that we have here. So I think we can definitely feel confident because there are plenty of ways that we can hurt West Ham. I would say even more so than ways that they could hurt us, but we still could talk about, I think, some of the ways that West Ham have been very dangerous this season.
Do you agree with most people who said this is make or break for our top 4 chances this game?
If you look at the table, yeah. It seems we've always had this conversation, though, even when it seems like 2 weeks ago we were saying like that was a make or break game, and then every other team dropped points and we get second chance, and now I feel like we've had a third chance, and I don't want to keep pushing it. So it feels like we need this opportunity to gain some. Hopefully Villa will drop some points because they have plenty of games in hand. Maybe we can get above them. There's Everton still ahead of us that they can drop points. It just seems like this would be a must-win game because plenty of the teams that are around us will probably drop points in some shape or form this weekend.
And also, they all seem to be playing each other this weekend as well. Right,
exactly.
So, I mean,
but it happens every week, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think to this extent.
Yeah, to this extent,
Man City, Arsenal, which you got to say you don't expect Arsenal to get a result.
It happens every week because the top 8, we're challenging for literally the top 8, so it's half the league. So obviously, a lot of weeks they're going to be playing each other. It's just the nature of the league.
Leicester, Aston Villa, both teams are above us. Liverpool, Everton, both teams are above us. Chelsea are away. Arsenal are at home to Man City. I mean,
yeah, but if you go next week, it's the same thing. I'm telling you.
Let's look at next week.
It's the same thing.
It's like a Boxing Day. It seems like it's like a big weekend.
Arsenal, Leicester, United, Chelsea. It's the same thing every week.
Yeah, I think it's to more extent this week, but I get your point.
But how do you think we should approach this game? Do you think we should have like confidence in ourselves to be on the front foot like we have done in the last few games, or do you think we might revert back to how we played post West Ham the first time?
It's difficult to say what Jose will do, but I have confidence, or at least I think we should go a bit more attacking. I know we've always done the combination of Kane and Son on the left, and then we have either Bergwijn or Lucas on the right playing this kind of also defensive winger role, almost right wing back on top of our right back. But I feel like this time we have to put in Bale. We have to put in someone who can change the game out of nothing, someone who can produce a goal, maybe like he did in Wolfsberger. It's just sometimes you do need someone that can just create something by himself when the pressure is on, and Bale could be that one this weekend. And I also think we need to even though West Ham have been brilliant this season, and it seems like it's only in 2020 that David Moyes would have a resurgence like this. And but it seems to me that this would be a game where we just have to show West Ham, maybe like you guys have been saying, that we remember the last result. We're going to prove to you we're the better team, and we should go out with, I believe, Bale on the right, Lucas. I would say Lucas and Bergwijn on the bench, Son on the left, Kane up top, Lamella in the center, and then Tanguy, Højbjerg in the pivot. We could do that 4-2-3-1. In the defense, that's difficult. I haven't checked too much on Aurier's status. Is he going to be able to play?
No, he's not. He's going to be out to the end of the month, apparently, which is bad news.
Yeah, that's tough. I would then go Tanganga on the right. I would love to see him play. I think he played brilliant against City. I mean, you can pay me. I would have to be paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week in order to play against Man City on the right, because it seems like 1 minute you're guarding Sterling, the next minute you have Joao Cancelo coming all the way from the right-hand side to the left-hand side.
Yeah, exactly. Then Foden's going out there, then you know what I mean?
It's a nightmare, and imagine being that young and dealing with that. And he clearly had the tactical intelligence to be able to handle it and cope with it and not let it phase him. And so, I mean, West Ham is a very physical team in comparison to them. They're very tall. They have Thomas Souček, the Czech Fellaini, and it seems that this would just be a different game. I think they can probably bully us in the physical aspect, but then that's why I think we should go with this kind of attacking lineup up top. And then maybe defensively, we have players like Tanganga who can, they can meet mostly anyone toe-to-toe in the athletic sense and in the physical sense. But I think Tanganga is actually a far more intelligent player than sometimes we give him credit for.
All right. And finally, before we let you go, Jack, what is your score prediction?
That's difficult to say. I'm going to say I want to go 2-0 to the lads, but the only thing I could see happening is Thomas Souček climbing over three of our defenders in some moment in whatever minute of the game. It could be the first minute, it could be the 90th, and he towers over us and wins some header. But I'm going to go still 2-0 to the lads.
All right.
That's the same prediction as me. I've gone 2-0. I've gone 2-0. My brother's gone 2-1. I mean, I'm going to have nightmares on Saturday night about Dyer defending against Souček header.
Also, look out for Craig Dawson, because I've been watching him a lot. He has 2 goals in the Premier League, but if you actually watch any West Ham games, that man is hitting the post or the bar at least once a game from a header.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This guy has suddenly turned into like a top Premier League centre.
Was he at Rochdale or Bolton? Was he at Rochdale?
West Brom he was at.
Yeah, West Brom, I think it was.
And sorry, I remember at one point maybe before that he was in some team in the Championship or in the
EFL I think he was. Yeah, I think Championship. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head.
But he's just as dangerous in the air as Souček. Souček's, I think it is kind of Fellaini-esque, where he makes those runs into the box late, and he's also an incredible finisher with his feet. He's a lot more technical than people give him credit for.
Yeah.
But Craig Dawson, at least on corners, we have to be very wary of, because I haven't seen a team, even teams like Everton, I haven't seen a team that can really. He always seems to get at least one free look a game, and so hopefully he'll blow it, or hopefully Hugo will pull off another world-class save, or maybe we'll just stay strong, and maybe Eric Dyer and whoever else might partner him. I think it's going to be Eric Dyer probably, and hopefully they can handle that aerial threat that West Ham really love to take advantage of.
All right, Jack, absolute pleasure as always getting your views. Now you can go back to bed or wake up, whatever you want to do.
It's only 10 a.m., but yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Have a good weekend.
Really,
and
you too, Jack.
Up the Spurs.
Boys.
Good to see you, mate.
Cheers.
All right.
So there you have it. That is our press conference reaction and a bit of a pre-match fan show for you guys as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, all the contributors, for coming on as well. We'll be back for the live watch-along on Sunday. It's 12 o'clock kickoff. So join us for the live watch-along and join us for the post-match fan show as well. Predicted lineup and match previews will be with you tomorrow, as well as Predict the Prem, which is with you this evening. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.